In this video, you will learn to identify if relations are functions. So to start off, a relation is a set of ordered pairs. So let me give you an example of a relation. So the following is an example of a relation. It's just a set of ordered pairs. And these curly brackets here means it's a set. So a set of ordered pairs. Now a function. A function is a relation in which each element of the input, which is x values, is paired with exactly one element of the output, which is the y values. So let me give you a few relations and we're going to identify if they are functions or not. So the very first example, so our set of ordered pairs is -1, 2, 1, 7, and 2, 3. So does each x value pair with exactly one y value? So if you cannot see the answer just by looking at the set of numbers, let's create a mapping. So on the left side, let's list all the x values. On the right side, on the y's, let's list all of our y's. And let's map it out. -1 goes to 2, 1 goes with 7, and 2 goes with 3. So notice that each x value is paired with exactly one y value. In other words, this right here is a function. And I know a lot of you like coming up here and saying, oh, the x does not repeat, therefore it is a function. So you can use that, but make sure you know that it makes it a function if every element in the input is paired with exactly one element in the output. Example 2. So let's map it out. So the x values are 2 and 3. And yes, the 2 repeated, so I wrote it down one time. Let me list the y values, the elements in the y. Those are 5, 6, and 7. And let's map it out. 2 goes to 7. 2 also goes to 6. And 3 goes with 5. So is it a function or not? So notice that this x value, x equals 2, is paired with 2 y values. Therefore, this right here is not a function. And some of you like doing it this way. Notice that the x repeated at the beginning, so therefore not a function. Example 3. On this one, we have a table. It's still a relation. So let's see if it is a function or not. So let's list the x values, 7 and 8. The y values are -1, 0, and 2. And let's map it out. So the first order pair is 7, 0, 7, -1, 8, and 2. Is it a function or not? So let's look at the mapping. This x value is paired with 2 y values, so no, not a function. Example 4. Let's list the x values. Let's list the y values. Let's map it out. The first order pair is 1, 7. Second order pair is 2, 8. Third order pair is 3, 8. So notice that each x value is paired with exactly one y value. So this right here is a function. So notice that both of these x values, x equals 2 and x equals 3, they share the same y value, but that does not matter as long as each x value is paired with one y value. Okay, so these are relations in form of a graph. So to identify if these relations are functions, we are going to apply what's called the vertical line test. So I'm going to draw vertical lines at any place of the graph. And if it's a function, this vertical line should only cross this graph one time, and they do. Each one of these blue vertical lines hits the graph one time. So therefore, yes, it is a function. For example 2, if we do the vertical line test, draw your vertical line. That vertical line hit the graph 2 times, therefore not a function. And here's the reasoning behind that. At this x value, that x value has 2 different y values. The first one is up here at some positive y value. And then at that same x value, you have another y value down here, which is a negative value. That's why it's not a function. Example 3. So let's do the vertical line test to determine if it's a function or not. So at random spots, I'm going to draw my vertical lines. Notice here, it crossed the graph 2 times, therefore not a function. So that was a pretty easy lesson. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Palomo TV.